What's up, everyone? Thralls Metal here once again. I'm Necrotic Nick.
I'm Jammin Jon.
I am Rin.
And we have an album review for you. So yet another one that came out on the 21st of May. The newest album from Yautja, The Lurch.
The Lurch.
The Lurch.
The Lurch.
Either way, they're very large and tree-like. This comes out on Relapse Records. This band, I'm not entirely sure when they formed, but it had to be before 2011 in Nashville before their first demo dropped. This is their second full-length. They have 2 other EPs and 3 splits. And this band features drummer Tyler Coburn of Mutilation Rites and Vow. And believe me, we're going to be talking about him quite a bit.
He has an excellent mustache.
Yes. Almost kind of Chase-ish, but not quite there. So describing this band's sound, this is at least roughly described as a sludge metal grindcore hybrid, which you couldn't pick 2 uglier forms of music to merge together to form something even uglier.
Hideous hellscape?
Yeah. And it makes sense, because this band is named after the Predator. And if you've ever seen the Predator's face, you can see that Danny Glover and Arnold Schwarzenegger both had choice words for how he looked. And much like the Predator's face, this album opens up in grisly fashion with a killing joke.
The joke ain't funny, motherfucker!
This band's sound is a hybrid of all the ugliest aspects of, again, grindcore, sludge, hardcore, weird alternative metal, I mean, even noise stuff too, like Unsane. I mean, we might as well pepper that in there because this is...
Yeah, it's all over the map. And the intensity of this band is amazing. Even when they slow it down, it's still intense.
It's sex while camping. Fucking intense.
The riff work, when it comes down to this album, is odd. I mean, it's always aggressive. I wouldn't say there is a, like, discernible melodic moment on this entire thing.
No tenderness.
And congratulations, because most bands would try to find a way to shoehorn just a little bit of prettiness in all the chaos.
No.
They said, fuck it.
The hooks in this song are not melodic.
They're meat hooks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Into that
part of your jaw and you're just hanging out your shin.
The band literally strings you up and skins you, and then collects your skull.
sonically.
But again, like, the hooks are odd, and the riffs are odd. Wired Depths and Clock Clinger both have just kind of strange off-time rhythms with, well, they're repeated riffs. They're catchy in their own way, but they are strange. And once again, when you throw in this maniacal drummer who somehow is not exhausted throughout the course of this album.
I think the drummer snorts a combination of Nodos and Lickamade.
Yeah, that would do it. That'd do it. Sludgy atmosphere, vocals that are being yelled in your face, and just kind of a belted out hardcore delivery.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his throat is bleeding.
He's doing some damage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's not healthy. It's not good for you.
He's getting a point across.
The vocals remind me of Conjurer. If you've ever watched Conjurer play when they do the song, Choke, I think it is.
Yeah.
Whatever one where he screams away from the microphone. Like, it's that.
Yeah. Except, you know, the entire time. And for the most part, this is kind of all over the place rhythmically, too. Like, this isn't just blasts, though there are tons of them, and who knows when they're coming in, because this drummer, we're going to keep coming back to him. My God. The drum work is frantic.
I love it.
Frantic.
I love it. But yeah, I don't know, man. How hard he's hitting those drums. Like, it sounds like he's trying to put the stick through the heads on all of them. Just bap.
And it's a small kit. Like, everything on this kit he is definitely using. There's nothing decorative on there. He is going to beat the shit out of whatever's on it. Tethered and The Weight. Jesus Christ. Out of this entire album, which is one giant amazing drum performance, those 2 songs really stood out. Tethered pretty much opens up like if Buddy Rich was in a grindcore band.
Noise and busy.
Yeah.
Just Phil Crazy, he's just kind of dancing all over this. Well, it's not like dancing, it's like slam dancing all over the Kiss. Yeah. Well, they used to call moshing. And The Weight, I mean, is almost one continuous like tribal fill with just nuts accents, and it's all built around sort of one big riff. Like, there's a couple of changes in there, but they just give them this backbone riff, and it's like, all right, have fun with it.
What's the time signature? 17/6?
So the time signatures are all over the map. But the drummer takes care of that. Like, for the most part, the riffs are fairly simple.
Yeah.
They're nasty. They're dissonant and just gross sounding. But they're really simple, and they drone on most all of those riffs. But the drummer is what breaks the monotony.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, he's spicing up every moment he can. If there's like a little off-time moment, he can just hit, or like, well, I'm just gonna stomp the bass drum here at this spot and just kind of accent it, just because. And I don't know, I kind of like that sort of weird fluidity about this album. Like, it's just odd.
And the song after Clock Cleaner is Catastrophic, and they just kind of almost blend into each other. It's kind of one continuous song. Actually, the whole album is kind of one continuous song. There's not that much. Oh, that's obviously track 7.
Nope.
Not so much.
Onward.
But on Catastrophic, it sort of has a Gojira vibe.
The bridge just sounds
Yeah.
like a nasty, nasty, old-school Gojira chug.
I love the breakdown. It's great.
But it sounds like Gojira after the planet died.
Yep. It's like, fuck it, let it burn.
Whales are no longer flying.
Nope.
The dead whales, and they have to make spears in shelter out of the whale bones.
And Catastrophic does something cool that also shows up in the song The Spectacle is there's a section on both of those songs where they kind of just transition to a blast beat, but it keeps like the sludgy groove to it, which is really interesting because I mean you can bounce along with that grindcore blast, or you can still just settle in that sludge groove. Which, hey, there's a little bit something there for fans of each, or fans of this fucked up hybrid. You should be fans of this.
Right. Or if you have a mental problem.
Yes. This is the album for mental problems.
Schizophrenia.
And speaking of a slower, nastier groove, I think one song that does stand out as far as the lack of craziness throughout most of the song, slows down a little bit, is Undesirables. Just starts out with this really nasty groove that Neurosis didn't write.
Yeah. Even the vocals kind of take a shift towards like Scott Kelly territory.
Yep.
Early Melvins.
Yeah.
And the bass carries the riff for the most part because there's not a lot actually going on in that riff. The melody is all in the bass.
Oh, yeah.
He's just like strumming like an open chord with the guitar.
It's just dissonant and ugly, and God, it's a cathartic listen. It really is.
Slow and evil like a hooker with cold hands.
And then the last song, Before the Full, as if this album wasn't gross sounding enough.
Ah, jeez.
In the beginning of Before the Full, it sounds like they forgot to turn the mics on in the studio.
Or it sounds like all the speaker cones are blown.
Yeah, that seems actually
That
more
seems
possible.
more like
Yeah.
it. But the riff in here is just dirty, nasty, super bendy. Dissonance. Just,
It descends into a puddle of sludge.
He's bending the note all the way to hell. Conventionally, I think you'd want to play it like using a whammy, but I don't think he's using a whammy. Just
Yeah,
to
it just
bend
sounds
it a
like
little.
he's
I think he's
digging
just
into the string.
taking it all the way down the neck. Just
Like this is the last song they recorded with those strings on the guitar. They were like, all right, break them. He was like, all right, I'm gonna try.
it's going to be out of tune.
But I mean, with all that distortion, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
The more I listened to this and looked at the Twisted album cover, which you're looking at right now, the more, I don't know, it just seemed to match. The whole album's atmosphere and vibe, which is cathartic and twisted and, I don't know, it's angry at something. I don't know what, I think it's angry at everything.
It's mad about something.
But it seems to match for some odd reason. The guy and the monster and then all the crazy shit around it. I don't know, like, it's one of the first times I was like, yeah, no, that they just painted this while listening to the album, didn't they?
Something.
It's what Cenobites listen to on vacation.
Yeah, this is cool, relaxing jams for Cenobites. Overall, my God, this is an insane listen, and I'll be honest, one of my favorite drum performances of the year so far.
Yeah.
It's absolutely nuts, and I gotta give it 4 stars. This is definitely for fans like Full of Hell, Nails, Early Mastodon, anything that is
Gaza.
just Gaza. Yeah, I mean,
Wake.
yes,
Gatecreeper.
hideous, disgusting, heavy music that does not care if you like it or not.
No, it doesn't give a shit.
No. This album is just an intense listen, but I find it somehow like super catchy, and I love the energy on it. It's unpredictable. You never know when it's gonna freak out on you. It's,
Probably soon.
Yeah, probably soon. Like just when you were lulled by any part of this album that I apparently didn't hear because nothing lulled me to sleep. Everything was terrifying.
Yep. The album needs a restraining order.
Yeah. It's vicious, it's brutal. If you love grind or sludge, get it. If you just love heavy, intense music, get it. Awesome.
Yeah. 4. I wouldn't want to listen to this all the time because not good for you in here. In here. It's noisy, it's vicious, it's pockmarked and ugly. Smells like moldy books. It's disgusting. Dennis Hopper's jockstrap, that's heavy.
I also got to give it a 4. I've jammed. You know what? I'm gonna give it a 4.5, dude.
Holy
shit! I jammed this record today at work almost nonstop.
Did you work harder?
No. No, I didn't. In fact, I worked less today than really any other day. It was 140 degrees in the warehouse.
Well, the Predator usually shows up when it's hot.
That's true. Only the warmest years.
Yep.
Well, today would have been his day then. I like music like this. Like, this is my wheelhouse. I love heavy, nasty, chaotic dissonance. You know, I love off-time drums, and I like the sound of this and the drone, and just, it feels oppressive and heavy and dark and dank and moist.
Is it hot in here? Jesus.
Jam this over and over again. I guarantee you won't stop banging your head. I didn't stop moving, and it's just so chaotic and wonderful and noisy. I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna jam it. I'm gonna keep listening to it.
So, if you enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up, and if you are new to the channel, subscribe, because we do stuff like this all the time. We are also on Patreon, so if you'd like to help us out there will be a link below in the description. We're gonna load it up with some more interesting stuff here relatively soon, I'm sure. And we also have a giveaway going on too. Once we hit 6,000 subscribers, we're gonna give away a nice little stack of 4 CDs to whichever lucky winner there is. So
6,000.
6,000. It's crazy.
Woo!
That's a big number.
Wow, it is.
It was a big number at 1,000. I'll be honest.
I'll be honest. It was a big number at 500.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus, 500 people want to watch our goofy asses.
It's ridiculous.
And now 6,000 people.
That's even more ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. Who does these things?
But there will be a link below to that giveaway in the description as well. And if not, and if I forget, it will be on our channel automatically playing as soon as you jump on there. So get on there, make a comment, and you are entered in that. And with that, we thank you very much, and we will catch you later.
The Lurch.